Good afternoon. My name is Chezki. I'm managing RSA for Israel and Greece and Cyprus. Today, I assume that you heard a lot of presentation talking about cyber threats, and what we have to do with that. Actually, I would like to talk or to start with a report that we have from Verizon. Verizon 2 years ago published a very large report. What they did, they actually had a touch with a few hundreds of CIOs and CSOs worldwide and asked them, what they have today in the network. How they defend from cyber, what they're suffering from attackers and so on. And they published a very large report about the conclusion from all this research. What they said from that report that actually the hackers are becoming more and more sophisticated, and if in the past we just saw some kids that sending some virus or things like that, today the hackers are more sophisticated on one hand, but on the other hand, the organizations, the companies, still takes a long time to detect that there is a breach in our organization. In the past, when we had all these hackers, we said, okay, what we can do with that? We can do some blocks like firewalls, IPS, IDS, antivirus. We'd like to remind all of us that in the past, every week, all these antivirus companies published the new patches that you have to update your antivirus server because they found new viruses running in the internet. Today, most likely, you don't hear too much in the news. What you're really hearing is about cyber attack, hackers that connected to your network, stealing very classified information about your organization, about your clients, depend what organization you are. So what the organization did, they just add a SIEM solution, okay? So the SIEM solution is a log management, collect logs, as you all know, from all your devices. And with this tool, you can actually control the activities with your devices and somehow manage your security threats. However, this solution is still missing all this, what we call the white space. In order to complete the picture and to have a full visibility and monitor in your network and your endpoint, you need to have a tool that can cover all this spectrum. And for that, you need a tool that, as I said, to cover your endpoint and your full network visibility. Part of the Verizon research conclusion is that 99% of the cyber attack that those customers that have been in touch with Verizon, the SIEM solution, the solutions that collecting logs and correlations and doing alerts, haven't actually detected the sophisticated cyber attacks. Again, 99%, the SIEM solution didn't detect the cyber attacks. Moreover, 83% of the attackers or the companies that were breached, it took them some weeks to analyze and to understand that they are under breach. Some people saying that the company could be in two positions. Option one is that you already breached and you know about it. And option two is you already breached, but you don't know that you are breached. And based on that research, you can see that 83% of the breaches, the companies took them several times, a very long time, to understand that they're under breach, and then to start doing some activities in order to hold this situation. RSA came with a strategy of solution 3 years ago and said that for the CISO and for the CIO, you must give much robust visibility of what's going on in your network. And we actually published the solution called Security Analytics. What we're saying that actually in each and every organization, you have to give the CISO a visibility. And how you're giving a visibility to the CISO? Visibility by deploying SIEM. So I assume that most of the organization, they do deployed already SIEM. It could be RSA and any other SIEM solution in the network. Secondly, we purchased or made an acquisition of a company called NetWitness 4 years ago, or a bit more. And NetWitness is today's part of security analytics. What that part of the solution is doing is actually capturing all your network process or all the network in and out from your gateway. And the system can analyze all the information running from layer 2 to layer 7. Just as an example, we mentioned earlier that we have firewall, we have IPS. Most likely, in most of the cases, if a hacker will embed exe file in firewall, in PowerPoint presentation, okay? I assume that most of the firewalls and the IPSs will not detect it. Still, you need some tools that can analyze and do forensics with what is running in your network. And lastly is also your endpoint. I mean, again, if you're going to see also articles coming from Symantec and Kaspersky and other antivirus companies, what they say, antivirus, it's not enough. Definitely you need some other tools to analyze what's going on in your endpoints, on your customers and employees' desktop. And with RSA solution, which we call it ECAT, it's a solution that actually doing malware analysis on your desktop. So first we have the visibility. As I said, I mean, visibility by collecting logs, visibility by capturing the network and analysis, and as we said, also in the endpoint. Second, after we collected all that information, we like to gather all this information and do the analytics, okay? Doing analytics, for example, I have an alert coming from the desktop by the ECAT saying that there is some malware on that desktop. If you would like to have the visibility based on that to see what information actually came in and out from this desktop outside to your network, since you captured all the information coming in your gateway, you have the option to have the full visibility of that information. And third, action. Once we have an incident, how do we manage our incidents? I mean, we need to have engineers for each and every site to know how to work with all these cyber threats. What RSA is also doing, we have also what we call the RSA Live. We have two research teams, one in the US, one in Israel, and they providing feeds to our customers that using security analytics. And based on that information, you can also do what we call data enrichment. So you can also give some more details to your system. For instance, if we see that there is a very simple example, I mean, an IP address, which what we call now, it's a black IP address, and we updated your system as well. So once one of your desktop is connecting to that IP address, automatically you will get an alert from the RSA Security Analytics solution. Definitely, each and every customer can add his own data enrichment to our solution. So on one hand, you're getting what RSA is searching and the feeds that RSA is providing. But on the other hand, if you have your own tools, you can add your own data enrichment. I also would like to say that each and every part of this tool can work independently, meaning that even if you have a SIEM solution which is not RSA solution, still you have the full integration between the RSA network capturing and ECAT and other SIEM solution. The benefit or the advantage of having the RSA security analytics that you have a one console, all right, that in one console you can see exactly what's going on in a network, and definitely a much smooth correlation between all the devices that we're providing. As a solution, as I said, I mean, we published that the concept of security analytics 3 years ago. Today, we have more than 1,600 customers worldwide. We have a lot of banks, telcos that are working on that solution. Actually, I just saw now in the news that the European Union may have some more penalty. I mean, they will increase the penalty on organization in the EU that will not follow the EU regulation or to be prepared for cyber attacks. So they mentioned that one of the companies had some penalty of 170,000 euros, but they now will have the ability, based on the EU regulation, to increase the penalty, listen carefully, to 100 million euros, okay, based on the EU regulation. So companies need to be ready because the threat is here. The cyber existing, and as I said in the beginning, they are becoming more and more sophisticated hackers, and we have to be ready and to monitor and to detect what's going on in our network. I would like to thank you very much for your time and have a good day. Thank you very much.